In this video, we're going to go through and show you how to create a new service ticket in Lizzy and how to attach a unit and a job. So we're just going to do all three of the things all at once. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're in invoicing and we're going to click in, we're in the service menu and we're going to click on new service ticket. At this point, we have the ability to either locate a contact or use a scan tag. A scan tag is just a quick way of getting an invoice created and get the unit put on so that all we got to do is add a job. We're going to skip that right now and go straight to locating a contact. From here, I'm just going to type in the first and last name, and notice I'm not typing the entire name. I'm only typing a portion of the name. And we have our service ticket. So now we're looking at a new service ticket. We have a couple different choices. One is if we want to create a service ticket and we don't know the unit, or we're not going to have a unit. Maybe we're sharpening chains and we don't know what unit they go to. All of that is perfectly okay. We can go straight to adding a new job and we do not have to put a unit on. Another thing to note is that maybe I don't know the unit right now. I need to get the job on here, and I'll let the mechanic attach the unit or provide the unit information and I'll attach it later. That is perfectly okay as well. Now in this video, I'm going to go ahead and attach a unit so that you can see how to do all of this stuff, but just know that you do not have to have a unit on a service ticket. You do have to have a job. But other than that, and really technically you don't, but why are you creating a repair order if you don't have a job added to it? So we're going to go ahead and add a unit. And the first thing to note here is that as I start typing in, the system is going to start looking for any customer unit that's been in the system that matches the VIN or serial number that you're typing in. If the customer had ever brought a unit in already, they're actually going to be in this list as well, but you'll have a separate list that you can quickly tag them so that you can add the unit to the invoice. So right now, this customer's never brought a unit in. I'm just going to choose one. If we happen to not know the information, for example, if I hit add unit, I start typing in a VIN number and this comes up to where the system does not recognize the unit, then we can very quickly select this box to create a new unit. And doing that, the system will ask me for model information. I'll start typing that information in. And again, if I don't find the model information, we can add a new model. So it's fairly quick to go through and add a unit, and once you add a model number, and just a note on model numbers, when you add a model, please make sure that you're adding the model number that everybody is going to refer to this thing, because if you start putting junk into the system, you're going to have a lot of junk to deal with later on. So try to make sure you're identifying the correct model number as you go through, and you might want to do it as a group effort to make sure everybody's on the same page. But the point is if you have the model in there already, you can pick it. If you don't, it's pretty quick to go ahead and add it into the system. So as an example, if I hit add new model, it puts me on the screen to start typing in manufacturer, year, make, and model, serial number, VIN number, all of the information that I know about that unit when I'm adding it to the service ticket. So it's not very complicated, and you should be able to figure it out pretty easily. Now, once we have the unit on the service ticket, the next step is to actually tell the system what it is we need done to this particular unit. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add a job. Now, I can add a job here, or I can add a job to the particular unit. Now, you don't want to have a service ticket with more than one unit on it. You can do it, but what you do is end up opening yourself up to not being able to get paid when you finish one of them, because you have to finish all of them before you can get paid for it. So you can take a deposit, but it's just not as clean. So I would suggest creating one service ticket or one repair order per unit that you're actually going to be working on. So at this point, I want to add a job that is going to be attached to this particular unit. We're just going to select the plus sign here to add a job. I'm going to say that we need to tune up. And we'll just put in the details down here at the bottom and save it. So that's pretty much all there is to it. And you can see now that we actually have a unit and we have a job attached to it. You can kind of see the lines here encompass that job. So the process of creating the unit and the job is pretty quick. You really don't have a whole lot more to do. We'll put a tag number on here that we've attached to the unit so that we know how to find it later. And then I'll do one more job here just to kind of show you how to do it through a job template. The job templates are where you've actually gone in and set things up, like parts and descriptions and things you did to the unit ahead of time so that you can very quickly choose from them. So as an example, if I come down to do an oil change and we tell it we're going to do a mower oil change, we're going to, this is just a confirmation of what we're putting on there. And these jobs, you actually tell it what you want to do when you're setting them up. And we'll say we're going to do this as an estimate. And you'll notice that it has added the job and all of the details that go along with it. So you can see here that we actually have 2 parts that got put on this thing as well. It got created as an estimate like I told it. So it's very quick to go in and add jobs if you've got templates set up ahead of time. But in a nutshell, that really is all there is to creating a service ticket, adding a unit, and adding a job for the customer in Lizzy.